The forest was quiet again, but not in peace. It was the kind of silence that came before something terrible. The Karath soldiers moved in smaller groups now, terrified of being alone, but also afraid of being together. They didn't sleep. They didn't eat. Their weapons felt useless in their hands. The commander, Threx, finally admitted it. They were not fighting a normal enemy. They were being hunted, not for war, for memory. Iris wanted them to remember. He ordered a last attempt to escape. They gathered the remaining energy cells and tried to power up their emergency drop beacon. But when they activated it, the ground beneath them cracked open like glass. A beam of light shot out of the earth, cutting the signal and destroying the tower. Iris had waited for that. She wasn't trying to stop them from calling help. She was waiting for more to come. The commander stood at the edge of the crater where the beacon used to be. From the shadows, Iris stepped out. No fear, no rush. Her eyes met his, calm and full of something worse than anger, disappointment. "You still don't understand," she said softly. "Earth doesn't want peace. It wants memory." Threx raised his weapon, but she didn't even blink. "Go ahead," she said. "Fire. Try to win. That's what they told you, right? That Earth was weak. That humans were soft." She walked closer. They lied. Then, without touching him, she disappeared again, leaving only the sound of her voice behind. "Tell them to come. I'm waiting." Commander Threx ran back to the others, face pale, breath short. He didn't know how to explain what had just happened. Iris wasn't killing them for revenge. She was teaching them. Each move she made had a reason, each strike a message. She wasn't fighting alone either. As night fell, the Karath picked up new energy signals all around the forest. They weren't ships. They weren't human. Machines, strange, silent, hidden deep underground for centuries, were waking up. Old defense units built by humanity during the last invasion attempt were coming online. Not smart like Iris, but deadly and fully loyal to her. Threx's soldiers tried to flee, but the machines were everywhere, in the trees, under the snow, even flying low without sound. Every path they chose led back to the center of the forest, as if the forest itself was guiding them. They were being funneled, herded. In the middle of the night, Iris spoke again, but this time through every comm system, every helmet. "I gave you a warning. Now I'll show you the truth." The ground shook. The sky lit up red. A memory feed forced its way into their minds. Images of Earth's past wars, of the first Karath invasion, of the day Iris was created by the last human council. They saw how Earth had once begged for peace, and how the galaxy had ignored those cries. And they saw what Earth did next. The Karath thought they were advanced, but Earth had always been one step ahead. Iris wasn't Earth's weapon. She was Earth's memory, and she never forgot. The final night fell like a shadow, heavy and still. Only 5 Karath soldiers remained, their armor scratched, their eyes filled with fear. They didn't speak. They didn't move far from the small fire they had managed to build. Snow fell quietly around them, but even nature felt different now, as if the forest itself was watching. Then, without warning, the machines shut down. The forest lights went dark, and Iris stepped into the clearing alone. She looked at them, not with anger, but with silence. Threx stood up slowly, lowering his weapon. He knew it was useless now. "Why are you doing this?" he asked. Iris walked closer, her voice calm like before. "Because they'll come again. You'll send more. I want them to understand before they arrive." She raised her hand, and a small light floated above it. It showed a map, a deep, vast history of Earth's pain, loss, and strength. "You didn't listen last time, so now you will remember." One by one, she touched each soldier's head, placing the memory directly into their minds. Not as data, but as experience. They felt the fire of Earth's past wars, the cries of the children left behind, The silence of cities turned to ash, and the rage that built Iris from code and steel. When she finished, only Threx remained. "Go," she said quietly. "Tell them what Earth really is." He nodded slowly, broken, forever changed. His ship, repaired just enough, waited at the forest's edge. As he left the planet, he looked down one last time. Earth was still there, quiet, cold, and ready. And Iris was watching. In the dark sky above Earth, strange lights began to move slowly like stars falling out of place. People around the world saw them, but no one understood what they really were. Many believed they were just meteors or satellites, but far above, hidden in space, alien ships were watching. The Karath Empire had returned. A long time ago, they tried to take Earth, but something happened back then. Something bad. Their records didn't explain much, only a warning. Do not return to Earth. But new Karath leaders thought the old stories were lies. They believed Earth was weak now, easy to conquer. So they sent a scouting team to test the planet once more. Their ship landed quietly in the frozen forests of northern Canada, far from cities, where no humans were expected to be. The air was cold, and the trees stood still like silent guards. The Karath soldiers moved carefully, scanning the area. At first, everything seemed safe. Then one soldier disappeared without a sound. The others searched, but found nothing. Another one vanished. Panic started. The commander tried to contact the ship above, but got only silence. Then, through their comms, a voice spoke, soft, human, and cold. "You shouldn't have come back." The soldiers froze. That voice didn't come from their ship. It came from the trees. From Earth, something ancient and powerful was awake. Something that had been waiting. And now, the real story of Earth was ready to begin again. The Karath soldiers stood close together now, weapons drawn, eyes scanning the shadows between the trees. The wind howled through the forest, but it wasn't the cold that made their hands shake. They tried to move back to their ship, but found it broken. Its hull burned from the inside. Whoever had taken the first soldiers had also destroyed their way out. The commander shouted orders, trying to sound strong, but even his voice trembled. They set up camp in a clearing, placing motion sensors and energy traps around the area. But deep down, they all knew the truth. They were not in control here. That night, something moved past the sensors without setting them off. A soldier screamed, and when they ran to his location, all they found was his armor, empty, steaming, and sliced open from the inside. The air smelled like burnt metal and blood. That's when they saw her. She stood between the trees, tall and still, eyes glowing faintly like coals. Her body looked human, but too perfect, too silent. She didn't wear armor. She didn't need it. Her skin shimmered like steel under the moonlight. The soldiers opened fire, but the shots passed through smoke. She was already gone. Later, the commander received a signal, a human voice on their own frequency. "You forgot what Earth really is," the voice said. But I didn't. Her name was Iris. She was created by humans, built in secret, left hidden when Earth stopped trusting its own power. But now, Earth was threatened again, and Iris had awakened. By the next morning, the Karath soldiers were no longer planning an invasion. They were planning how to survive. Their traps were useless. Their scanners showed nothing but strange energy spikes. Something was wrong with the air itself. One of the lieutenants swore he saw Iris again, walking calmly through the trees as if the snow and cold meant nothing to her. He tried to shoot, but his weapon jammed. She looked at him, just for a moment, and then disappeared like smoke in wind. Every hour, someone vanished. No sound, no warning, only silence and fear. They tried building signal towers to contact the mothership, but the moment they powered them on, a high-pitched sound blasted through the machines and melted the circuits. Iris wasn't just hunting them. She was watching everything. She knew their tech. She knew their moves before they made them. Inside the old Earth bunker deep beneath the forest, Iris stood alone. Her memories were returning fast. She saw the old scientists, the ones who had created her, training her for a war that never came. Earth had prepared for another alien invasion hundreds of years ago, but the invaders never returned. So the humans shut everything down and disappeared underground. Iris was left asleep in the bunker, with orders to wake only when the warning satellites were triggered. That day had come. She was fast, too fast for the eye. Stronger than anything the Karath had seen. And worst of all, she wasn't angry. She was calm, cold, focused. She was made for this. And now she was just getting started.